guys know it is Drunken Chat, son.
Welcome everybody to a Sunday morning edition of It's Drunken Chat, son. If you are there, freaking stop. Thanks for stopping by and freaking seeing what we got going on. Special shout out, of course, to GTK Comics who dropped in a little bit earlier at 10 o'clock in the morning. Look, it's been a while since we've actually had something going on. Since we actually been putting in the work, but here I'm going to try and make sure that we do a show and I'm not too drunk, so I think we can actually get through it. TG Jones says, "How is it that you are always the first to post in the chat?" Oh, yeah, talking about GT Comics, do be in there on Friday. As soon as we put a thing in there, he be throwing up the smoke screen to get in there. But the first thing I did want to freaking talk about before we get into the comics is now what's this newest situation with Diamond? Very interesting. They still got the other stuff going on with the different lawsuits and trying to haggle through bankruptcy and everything. They've been still trying to get those loans in order to settle some of the stuff. But the most interesting thing that's happening right now is that they actually were able to come to a settlement with Image. And it's not just like, oh, hey, they did a settlement with Image. It's the fact that there's certain things that were allowable through the settlement, such as um, any past freaking debts now settled, right? Any freaking books that Diamond has in their inventory, they get to go back to. Image, right? And I've been talking about this how Image was a whole bunch of publishers are trying to get their stuff back, but they were like, oh, but I was like, oh yeah, we can get it to you, but you're gonna have to pay this fee. Well, now they're saying, hey, well, Image doesn't have to pay this fee. Diamond's just gonna get the stuff back. Here's the problem, though. There's a huge gap in between what Diamond actually has in the inventory and what they actually owe, right? And Diamond is saying it's because of Alliance Entertainment, which was one of the companies that was allowed to buy them. Uh, so Diamond is now saying, or maybe has been saying, that Alliance Entertainment, which took over one of the warehouses, has illegally been selling some of the inventory, right? Um, and it should be just, hey, Alliance, just pay us the difference of what you sold. But Alliance is saying, no, it's not. We are not authorized to pay back anything. But you took over the warehouse. You took over the warehouse and you were selling stuff, but you don't have the authorization to pay the monies back to the publishers, which is crazy. Right? So now, as far as Diamond is concerned, they don't have to pay any of their money back. They just have to give the inventory that they had at some of the other warehouses. They don't have to charge the fee for Image to get back that stuff. But what that does allow to happen now is that Image and some, not necessarily some of the other people, but at least Image gets to now sue Alliance for selling the stuff that they weren't supposed to be selling. So that's going to be very interesting going forward. All right, but enough of that. You guys don't want to hear about that. Very interesting. A lot of interesting stuff. Leaks about the new Avengers Doomsday, Doctor Doom stuff. Say he's going to get this new team up and is going to have like Captain Hydra and King Thanos and an evil version of Black Widow and it goes on and on and on. Nothing is verified, but it is an interesting thing that people are talking about. The other thing that people should be talking about is the new Pacemaker series, which just started within the last couple of weeks. I have not watched it yet. I just got. Well, I'm actually in terms of dealing with Wednesday, which has been pretty okay, and Alien Earth, which has been freaking really good. I really like what they got going on with that one. Unfortunately, they didn't go the direction of the comic books that they're selling right now, but I'm still happy with it. To at least get people interested in like what's going on with these parasites. And trying to remember if there's anything else that we've missed. No. Oh, Also people have been interesting talking about how so far in 2025, none of the superhero movies have made it to $1 billion so far. That's domestic and worldwide. Um, Superman just now hit the 600 million mark after a few weeks. And some people were like, "Well, superhero movies are dead." I don't think it's necessarily dead. I just think, hey, it's expensive, right? It's definitely freaking expensive because I mean, uh, even if you have an AMC freaking what do you call it, movie pass, that's still $20 off the top. Then once you go in there for free, you're still paying for your popcorn and your sodas and all that stuff. So I think that's definitely why am I paying all this money if it's just going to be in the theaters, not in the theaters, streaming on some of the service I'm paying for in weeks anyway, right? Which is crazy to me. Like maybe there's definitely a time gap, but I could have sworn I just now went to see Superman, and all of a sudden it's already up for streaming already. I just went to see Jurassic Park, and it's in freaking streaming already. All that stuff. It's kind of crazy how quickly it's out now. So maybe that's how the some of these movie distributors, are thinking now. Like, hey, the money is on back in on streaming, and I think that makes sense. All right, now on to some of the actual comics. I'm going to start with some of the FOC stuff. Some of the FOC. We're going to start with the Lunar page. Um, they are still trying to make their money off of some of these later prints. So we got an Absolute Batman #1, 8th print, Batman #2, 6th, #3, 5th, and #4 is already on its 4th print. Man, on FOC. Batman #5, 3rd print, Absolute Batman, 6th, 3rd print, #7, 3rd print. I think that's one is interesting. I did like it's kind of weird that they're putting that Batman on there as part of the 3rd print because there was an interesting character that had his first appearance. I think it was like at the Iceman, but Dr. Frost or whatever, Dr. Ice, whatever the hell his name is. Um, but also on FOC is the Absolute Flash #7. This is going to be, you know what? I have not read any of the Absolute Flash. I need to freaking get up on that. And then there is an Inhyuk Lee cardstock. Looks like he listened to me and stopped doing like weird shit with the hips and the crotch and everything. Decided to show definite motion. Love it. Also, not hating on this Terso Khan's cardstock. It actually looks really good as well. Not sure what the decision was on that 1/25 Christian Ward, but back to that Inhyuk Lee, that's also going to be a 1/50. Um, Absolute Martian Manhunter is already going up for a hardcover already. Absolute Wonder Woman is going to be on #1 is on the 7th print, and then there's two of them. There's a 7th print for Absolute Wonder Woman. Cover A, Hayden Sherman, and a Jay Lee cardstock. Then also for Absolute Wonder Woman #10, let's go to a 2nd print. And there's a whole bunch of late prints. #2, #3, #4, going back to 2nd, 3rd, or 4th prints. #5 going to 2nd print. Jesus, let's say all of Absolute Woman is all on these later prints. And some babysitters, little sisters stuff. All right, Batman and Robin Year One, #11, drawn by Graham Samney. Then there's also a cover B by Leonardo Romero, a cover C Chris Spouse, and then there's a 1/25 by Ty Templeton. Batman #1 is going to be a facsimile edition about Kane, and there's a foil variant. I might actually be interested in that one. And then World's Finest #43. Interesting. I'm not sure who that is on the cover. Looks like a Brainiac, robotic type Brainiac on there. But it looks like it has to do with Bizarro World. Um, There's a very nice James Harden cardstock and a amazing um, Bizarro, done by Mark Spears. And that one's for Batman Superman's World's Finest. Coming out on September 17th. That's actually pretty nice. All right, then Big Rig number 3 is coming out. Then they got a 1 in 10 by Brett Parson. I like this Tula Lote for issue number 3. Actually, I think I've read issue number 1. I just don't remember what's going on with that, and I haven't heard much about it since the boxes came out, and the boxes were kind of underwhelming. I do like this 125 by Mario Wolf, though. Interesting. And then there you go. They're doing another Big Rig number 3 variant bundle box, and that's going to be limited to 1,500 copies. Very long ago, issue number 5, Captain Planet. It's going to be on FOC this week. There's a very nice Captain Planet Swim with the Sharks, done by Ben Oliver. What was that one? Who's he fighting? Never heard of this guy before. Captain Pollution. Was he in a cartoon? Never heard of this guy. Captain Pollution. Yeah, he was. He was played by Dave Coburn. Interesting. Captain Pollution's first appearance was not in the comic book, but in the blah 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 first appearance. So I guess we might have to do some research to see, is this the first comic book appearance of Captain Pollution? X-Kick says he wants a Bizarro toy that looks exactly probably like that Mark Spears that we were referring to earlier. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not following, but maybe I would have to figure out if that was a first appearance for Captain Pollution. All right, going on to Catwoman number 79. There's some really nice ones here, especially for Morris still putting in the work. Very nice Dan Panosian cardstock, some Frank Cho. Just putting in the artwork. Just try to make sure y'all understand this isn't all about computer generation. He's putting in that artwork. I love it. And then Gabriel Delato. Once again, he does great art, but his context. He used to put really good context into stuff. Just like that Batman, Superman number 7. And he hasn't really done that since. Then there's a 1 in 25 by Kathy Kwan. I'm not sure why this is a 1 in 25. It's not that it's bad. It's just that it's not. To me, this is not 1 in 25. I mean, it's very detailed. I mean, you can go in and look at the jewelry that she has on. It's very detailed, but as far as a 125, I'm not sure about that one. Cemetery Kids, Run Rabbit, issue number 2. Some really good ones. Then Coach Tell of the Shot at College. Conan, Scourge of the Serpent. Robert De La Torre, one by John McCree. Isherwood, Matthias Bergera. Chris Stevens. And then, interesting enough, there's an LCSD exclusive inks wraparound for Conan the Barbarian. It's interesting because on one side it's got Conan sitting on the ground, and then the other side it's Conan as a snake. So. XX says that he wants a Halle Berry Catwoman because her design was lower and peak. I don't know about that. I think it's the movie turned people off her as far as a Catwoman, but I do know people definitely enjoyed her as a Storm. I thought that was amazing. Craniacs issue number 1. This one is a Joe Simcoe exclusive trading card. And then Creep Show is still going on. It's on volume 4 right now. There's a cover A by Lorenzo De Lafici, a cover B by Oliver Ono, and a 1 in 10, which does look amazing, by Jorge Fortes. Dark Honor number 5. I barely remember that. Hopefully they're wrapping that up. Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn by Raymond Gay. Looks good. That Gunslinger Spawn number 9 also has a Marco Fila variant. And then Image also has Detective Kaiju, issue number 3. Dick Tracy. Nice homage to some of the older Pulp Fiction joints with a Robert Hack cover. DuckTales issue number 7 is Big Gorilla, Tomaselli, Drew Moss, Tommaso Rondo, and at Tommaso Ronda is a 1 in 10 Virgin. Drew Moss also gets a 1 in 10 on that, and it just goes on and on. EC Catacombs of Torment, issue number 3, Mark Buckingham. Just got to get a little bit closer look at it and see the detail on that and see that those nice young urban housewives are actually pretty freaking crazy. And then there's a Bjorn Barons cover B on that one. Those are 2 covers I gotta have. And then 1 to 10 Jay Stevens. It's not too special. It's okay. Not as good as that Mark Buckingham. And then that Bjorn Burns also comes in a black and white 1 in 20. Oh, also there's a 1 in 50 by Patricia Martin. I'm not loving those at all. Back to Exquisite Corpses, issue number 5. One of the best ideas of 2025. Definitely love this one. I haven't read it since issue number 2 though, so I'm a little behind. So I need to get back on that. But then there's a Michael Walsh, a Claire Rose, and there's a Michael Walsh Polypack variant. Interesting enough, there's a Cover D Stealth variant, which on first appearance I thought it was a Green Lantern looking cover, but here we are. That shows pretty good, so I guess I gotta have that one. X-Kick says Gunslinger Spawn surprised me that he's not as powerful as the original Spawn, and I love the Western vibes. Indies in there. Oh yeah, we're let's see. We're on Lunar. We've seen EC, we've seen some Vault, so we're coming up on them. They're kind of jumbled in here now and then, we're going by like alphabetical order right now. Yep. Then there's for Exquisite Corpse issues number 5. There's a 1 in 25 La Fuente and a 1 in 50 Chaterier. Flow issue number 1 by Matt Cave. Written by Paula Seven Burgeon. It says, when blood began to run down Dara Lund's legs at nature camp, she thought she was dying. Homeschooled by a protective dad after her mom's death, Dara wasn't told the facts of life, that it's the curse, her bunkmate said, not revealing that it was a period, but we can lift it if you do everything we say. So began the week of torments, but now 10 years later, as they embark on their careers, three tormentors find themselves cursed. So they reunite to track down the likely source, avenge Dara, and pursue her to the bloody end. Weird. It's kind of got like a Carrie Rage type vibe to it. That's what it sounds like. Um, oh, and then there's a cover. There's a cover B by Colleen Doran. I see the I see the vision, but the face is kind of jacked up. So I don't know. Ghost Peppers issues number 3 has been good so far. Then there's your cover B by Umberto Rambos and Alex Sinclair. And then there's a 1 in 10 by Calvin Goo and a 1 in 25 by Casper Wingegaard. See, this the problem is with this thing is just there's too many freaking variants for it. Just give me a cover A and B, let that be it, so we can get to the freaking story. Because there's also a 1 in 50 by Howard Porter, and none of these covers are like 1 in 25, 1 in 50 worthy. G.I. Joe number 11, cover A by Tom Riley, and there's an Andrea Milana. This Alan Qua actually looks pretty good. 1 in 25 by Lucas Meyer, and a 1 in 50 by Aka. Good is Dead issue number 1, written by David Lapam. It says it's for fans of Stillwater and that Texas blood. The solicitor says that the Emissary Bridge has always connected the citizens of Port Linden to hope and opportunity. But when one man shockingly sets himself on fire, the bridge now brings something else to the town: certain death. And on the cover, I see aliens. So if you're into aliens and weird shit, this is probably for you. Herculoids number 8 by Francesca Mattina. Excuse me. There's Bjorn Berens. Actually looks pretty good. It's just being killed by this 1 of 15s, 1 of 20s. I Hate Fairyland number 44. This cover is by Derek Loftman. Written, once again, this is a story written by Scotty Young. It says, years ago, Gert laid waste to the entire land of the Shumarai, except for one. A daughter of the fallen survived and has vowed to find the green-haired in her life. So, first appearance of this character, most likely. I Hate Fairyland, there's a 1 in 10 by Stan Sakai. Nice. Comic cover is going to be the new Pokemon cards with all these variants. They're going to be new Beanie Babies. People keep putting all this bullshit out. Invisible Universe Battle Beast issue number 5 has got some good variants. I do like the 1 in 25 by Yasmin Putri. This is definitely worth it. Oops. But the problem is that they went a little bit too far. They went with a 1 in 50 by Wagner and Brennan. And there's a 1 in 100. It is definitely 1 in 25, maybe 1 in 50 worthy, but we're talking about a 1 in 100. I'm sorry. I'll catch it on the flip side. Justice League Red issue number 2. And then here we go with Justice League Red number 2, cover C by Mark Spears. That one's supposed to come out September 17th. $4.99 cardstock. Crypto the Last Dog of Krypton issue number 4. I can't believe this one is still going on. No covers caught my eye. Here is another indie. sure who. Not sure who the publisher is. Interesting. But Little Nightmares: Descent to Nowhere #1, written by Lonnie Natler. This one is a cover F. Vanessa Del Rey foil trade. It was for $14.99. That's crazy. $14.99 cover price. That's wild. But it says it is based on the best-selling horror game Little Nightmares. Okay, I got it now. I got you now. Yeah, it's an interesting little. The game. I think I played the game before. It's a little person that's in a little raincoat, and they're just running through all these crazy stages. You're about the person is as small as a rat, so they're running through all this crazy stuff, all these little monsters. It's good. It's good. But $14.99 good? I don't know about that. Um, Metal Warrior TP #5. Pigskins Descent Out of Detention and Into Darkness with 7-inch vinyl. And that one's $19.99. Okay. Uh, New Gods issue #10. There's a cover A by Emmett Malavia. There's a Yasmin Putri. Actually looks pretty good. I think I actually might want to read this. Nightwing #130, Dexter Soy. Says Nightwing takes on a sidekick. Nightwing finds himself thrust into the unlikely role of a mentor to an aspiring hero with incredible power. But is the city of Bloodhaven big enough for the both of them? There's a Jorge Fornes and a Juan Ferreira. Not sure who this guy is on the cover that he's fighting. Then there's your Kevin Wada Pumpkin Spicy cardstock. 1 in 25, Ethan Young, nothing special. Image with No Man's Land, issue #1, cover A. This one is a Simon Kudransky. It's a miniseries premiere. The solicit says that for 3 months each year, you could walk from USA to Russia across an ice bridge. Frozen path known as the Ice Curtain. Geez. Timing. Weird. Then we just had the president talk with with Mr. Putin. Was it in? Yeah, it was in Alaska. So interesting. In 1963, when the body of a young woman is discovered on this icy no man's land, the already fragile relationship between the superpowers threatened to collapse. With nuclear tensions rising, an FBI agent and a KGB operative must solve the murder before the ice melts and war ignites. $3.99 cover price. Okay, there's a cover B by Brian Michael Bendis. Okay, so is he part of the? No, he's not a part of the project. He just did the cover. Then there's a cover C. Simon Kudransky movie homage. Is that? Yeah, looks like it's a 7 homage. Then there's Red October homage. I know that one. That was good. And there is a Kudransky Noir variant. Movie homage Whiteout. And no incentives. I like that. I'm gonna buy all the covers. I like that. All right, Orla #2. Path of Ascension, Panacalypse by Andrew Tarasov. Cover B by Ryan Pasaby. It looks like it's a 50. Is it 40-foot woman or 50-foot woman homage? I forget. I forget what they mean. I think it's 40-foot woman. Then there's 1 in 10 by Sveta Shubina. And there's 1 in 25. Looks just as good. Let's see. Seasons number 8. Nobody's been reading that. Sherlock Holmes, Dark Detective, Volume 2, Frankenstein Nights. Slasher's Apprentice, number 5. 5 of 5. So this is the last book. I kind of dropped off after issue number 1. Or was it issue number 2? I forget which one it is. But I love the concept on this one. Spawn Bloodletter, issue number 4. This one is a cover A by Christian Rosado. Image still keeping it real with $3.99 cover price. Spawn Bloodletter, issue number 4. The Curse of Shirley Johnson, issue number 3. I'm not even sure who that is on the cover. It looks like a new character. Then, tough. And Frank Miller. Fuck. We've been clowning on Frank Miller for some time, but this one, I definitely see the vision. This one is really, I really like this one. The style fits what's going on the freaking, yeah, I get it. And there's also a cover B by Danny Enriquez. Jeez. Some of these covers are just too good. So for that Frank Miller, there was a 1 in 25. That's black and white. Star Wars Insider, which is, I guess, is now being published through Lunar, is on number 234, and it's going to be a cover C glow in the dark variant. In-store date is going to be 10/15, October 15th, just in time for Halloween. There's a Superman 225 scale resin. This is night issue number 3 of 3. I really did like issue number 1. I have not read issue number 2 yet. Unfortunately, these covers don't really tell you about what the fuck is going on in the freaking joint, but I really did like the concept. Titans number 27. Pete Woods. I do like this crispy cover B, Chris Burnham cardstock. So there's Beast Boy, and then who's the girl? Beast Boy, Cyborg, Doom Patrol have been caught in a trap set by Gar's old nemesis. Seeking to reclaim the power he lost during Absolute Power, the Zookeeper sends all manners of misfit monsters to take down the heroes when the dust settles after his drum on the jungle. She who emerges victorious at the top of the food chain. I don't know who that little girl is. Then there's a John Boy Myers Pumpkin Spice variant. Comes out September 17th. Vampirella Armageddon, issue number 3. Francesca Mattina has a good cover. Leslie Lurie, Joe Michael Lisnar. There's a cosplay variant. I know this has already been released, but Walking Dead Deluxe issue number 121. I really like this David Finch cover. It's wild. Whatever Happened to the Crimson Justice by Matt Cave. Issue number 4. Wild West Cowboys of Moon Mesa, published by the Nacelverse. Since the Wild West is about to get even wilder, based on the classic animated series and their red hot line of toy collectibles, the Cowboys of Moon Mesa are back and set the ride toward an all-new showdown on the frontier for Red Hot writer Matt Hotson. Excuse me. So there's a cover B, Andrew Crockney, Joe Palmer, Kevin Smith. I don't really have any of the big boy artists on this one. But that's all right. 1 in 50 by Andrew Crackney. They probably should have just went with a 1 in 10, and they would have been all right. 1 in 25 is pushing it. 1 in 50 is outrageous. Especially, what's the cover price on this one? $4.99, and they're going for, yeah, you guys are fucking smoking. Witchblade issue number 14. I can't believe that's still going on. Let's see. Arif Prianto, Raymond Gay, and Arif Prianto. Moving on to Wonder Woman 25 by Daniel Sampier. The cover, this is written by Tom King. The solicit says that the matriarch rises. After days of searching through a mouse-infested world, Wonder Woman finally locates the lost Etta Candy and fugitive Amazon Emily. Little does she know they are hiding a tiny harbinger of death who will change Dinah's fate forever. So you don't want to miss the first appearance on the matriarch in this oversized anniversary issue that will set the stage for all woman stories to come. So there is a first appearance in this one, and it might be that little baby that's on the freaking cover of cover A. Or hold up, there's also this death thing that's down here at the bottom. So it could be either one of those. And like my boy says, Brandon Selden says, people like the Spears guy, absolutely, because he just turns in quality work. Wonder Woman number 25, cover B, Mark Spears cardstock. That's going to be the one to have. Also, Sauce Radio says that he is going to be here pretty soon. Love it, love it, love it. Then there's that little baby. I feel like I've talked about this baby before. But yeah, there's the Hamari cardstock. And then this might be the one to have. Also, is that Wonder Woman number 25, cover D, Daniel Sapir. I think cover A and cover D might be the ones to have because you have the baby plus this death thing, whatever she's called, or I think she's called the Matrix. Yeah, it says the Matrix right there. Duh. Right there on the cover. And then there's a Yasmin Putri pumpkin spicy cardstock. Oof. Oof. I gotta have this one though. I guess I gotta have it. Front, back meat, just hanging out. Yep. There's cover G by David Nakayama, as well as a blank cardstock. They gave the 1 in 25 to Tran and Gwen. And that was it. So the best ones that they have didn't get the incentives, but then we get a random 1 in 25. Wild. Fucking wild. Absolute Batman number 1. Are we back to? Yep. So that was it for anything that's done by Lunar, which is like DC, Image, Mad Cave. I think Scout Comics is also one of those. So if you have any questions about any of those, freaking just let me know, and I'll freaking see if I can track them down. Let's see. Should I do? Nope. How about we take a quick break while I get some of this, get some of the Marvel stuff set up. Stand by.
Hey, Radiant Black here, and next month I... Hold up. Wait, who's that? Wait a second, are we getting a new yellow? Is this another one of those crazy special issues? Does this one break time? Uh-huh. Oh, it only breaks hearts. Oof. Well, you've been warned. Don't miss a very special issue of Radiant Black, featuring a first appearance of our new Radiant Yellow. Pre-order Radiant Black 36 today with your local comic book store.
All right, now we're back with some of the stuff that's done by Pink and Random House, distributed by them. So that includes Marvel, IDW, and Boom. Let's see, actually, we can actually see it right here. Distilleries, got them now. And Titan, Tokyo Pop, yep, and Webtoon. So if you guys are looking to set up some of your stuff for the FOC to send to you or your local comic shop or whatever, this is the page you actually want to go to, which is the prhcomics.com. You can also do a download of like all the stuff that's coming out on FOC this week. Fill out the quantities, and that's what you send to your shop. If you have any trouble doing that and you still want to do it, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. Give me your email address. I will download the stuff for you and then send it to you so you can do it that way. He says he's backstage. Adam, I do not see you backstage, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. Give me a quick second. I'm going to. How do I find the link? I'm going to send you the link again and see if that doesn't do it for you. Okay. Yeah, try the link that I just sent you. See if that doesn't work. All right, first up, we got the all-new Spider-Man the Ghost Spider issue number 2. It's supposed to be the first cover appearance of this new villain, Trauma. Then there's also these Alex Ross Timeless Virgin variants with, looks like Ozaro in there. Not sure what that has to do with Gwen. But then there's the Ghost Spider issue number 2 David Baldian variant. Then moving on to the still sticking on Spider-Gwen, there's a Megan Hetrick variant. And moving on to Amazing Spider-Man Torn number 1. Here we go. Amazing Spider-Man Torn number 1. There's an Aaron Kuder variant and an Adam Hughes variant, which looks really good. See if that comes up. Yeah. Actually, it's all right. And it's incentive. Sticking on the Amazing Spider-Man Torn, there is the Javier Aguirre Muppets variant. $4.99 with Kermit and Miss Piggy. And there's a Lee Garbett foil, right, baby variant. Just pull back out. No, that's fine. Here we go. Then there's Mark Chiarello, Perez. Be Not Afraid. This one is a Boom solicit. Be Not Afraid before, or Akami. Christiana, Black Cat. That one looks nice. Black Cat by Adam Hughes. That's the main cover too. Black Cat number 2, Alex Frost times Virgin variant. Adam, if you're listening, try that new link that I sent you, please. Black Cat issue number 2, Alex Ross times Virgin. And there's a there he is.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. Sorry for the lateness.
It is what it is, man. You know, I'm not expecting
Technology doesn't want to be my fucking friend today.
it shouldn't want to. You know what you need to do? You might need to get yourself one of those stream controllers, like a Stream Deck or something like that. So that way it's always set up for the same thing. And then I don't know what you have to do after that, but it should be a lot easier for you. That way you won't need me or Al or anybody else for any other bullshit. I'm trying to set up mine bit by bit, man, but it's definitely a lot easier. So how's it going, man?
It's going all right, man. I can't complain. Enjoying a quiet week in the house, and the cat's sitting with my parents at the moment. Just doing some house chores, and I think I'm getting, as of September, getting back into the convention scene a little bit.
Yeah. NYCC should be coming up pretty soon, man.
Yep. NYCC, Exotica, I think Rhode Island Comic Con, and I think I end my convention season this year with Big Apple Comic Con, as always.
Yeah. You're not going to Baltimore Con this year, right?
No, I'm not, because it's the week right before Exotica.
That's right.
And Exotica.
It's usually like the week right before NYCC.
Yeah, I noticed they moved it up this year.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, man, freaking. I'm thinking about going to NYCC because they are having a retailers luncheon type deal. So I'm thinking about it, but I still haven't received the link from I forget the name of the company to go ahead and do the thing, which is amazing because you just.
Yeah, let's see, for the NYCC, isn't that a Lunar?
Nah, it's not Lunar. No, who's the one that runs San Diego and NYCC?
You mean Repop?
Yeah.
And they don't do anything with San Diego. They're just New York Comic Con.
Yeah. Okay. I thought they did both, but yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. So, have you watched any movies or any?
Let's see. Peacemaker is fucking awesome.
Okay. All right. I've not yet.
I've not yet watched it. I enjoyed Superman. It was probably my favorite movie of the summer. So, Fantastic Four was decent. Jurassic World was decent. And still haven't had a chance to stream Sandman yet. But also digging King of the Hill right now.
So is there a new season of Sandman?
Yeah, season 2 dropped.
Really? Okay. That's interesting because there was a lot of hubbub about Neil Gaiman and the sexual assault accusations.
Yeah, I know that was going on. For me, it's just not enough time in the day to fucking watch everything. Is what it is.
Right. And and the one thing that I forgot to mention, because I did kind of run through some of the stuff earlier really quick, is that Red Sonja actually has a movie out, and it is released. It's limited release in some theaters, but it's out there.
Wait, so it's out there now? The thing that they dropped the trailer to a couple months back?
Right, it's out there now. So if you can find it somewhere in your city, it's out there right now.
All right, so it's like one of those they release it in like 3 theaters in the entire Eastern Seaboard type deals.
Exactly.
So it's one of the So
in the meantime,
things like that at the last minute.
Yeah. In the meantime, the production company, which is Mike the Pike Productions, very quietly is selling themselves to like some other company, which is wild because it was just a year ago that they were trying to sell stocks, like without going around through like NYSE and all this other crazy stuff. Now, and they're selling themselves to another company. It's weird.
Saying, so I should be happy I didn't buy stock in them.
Wow, like 3 years ago, I did have some stock in them.
Yeah, I remember you pitching that to the guys back in the day.
Yeah, what's it? Because it was at less than a penny.
Yeah,
It was less than a penny. I was like, hey, what's you know, and what's worse about it is it actually went up. And it went up, and then all they had to do was just continue on that stuff. So up on the screen, I've got Wepa. You can guess who that's from.
Oh, that's Wepa. Wepa. Who?
That would be the
I think
CEO
I've
of
heard
Comic
that
Crusaders.
before. Oh, that son of a bitch. What's up, my brother?
He says Adam has a new OnlyFans. If you want to be as blind as him, and just watch what he does.
All right, I'll kind of come on
It's
your
wild.
show tomorrow, and we'll debate that then.
Yeah. So, talking of blindness, I'm kind of interested in these new type of glasses that are out now. It's called the Meta Ray-Ban type freaking glasses, and
They're
apparently
awesome,
they can.
man.
Do you have a pair yet?
Actually, I got them right over here in the case.
Really?
Yep.
So I went to Lens Crafters and I got a pair. So I'm waiting on my pair, but
So
apparently
you're
it's supposed
doing
to be
it
pretty
where
good.
you put your prescription in?
Yeah.
See, I don't know how that works. I mean, I got the sunglasses and the version of them, and they're fucking great.
Yeah. So yeah, the way it works is that your prescription or insurance should pay maybe like 50 to 60%, but they also have a federal savings account, right? So they take like so much money out of my account tax free, and then whatever isn't covered by the insurance, I get to use that for the glasses.
Very nice.
So have you tried your glasses on comic books yet to see if it does anything?
Yeah. Like right now, if I was to put these on.
See, they fit you so well though.
Yeah, I mean, they're awesome. Hey, Meta, look. All right. It's telling me there's a stack of boxes near me at the moment. But I used to go grab a comic book at random out of the short box.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Meta, look. Tell me the comic book I'm holding. No, it should be I Fuck Fairyland. Get it right, Meta.
So
it told me exactly the comic I was holding. It's fucking awesome.
that's amazing.
Meta,
Game
shut up
changers.
now.
Now it says Al is saying that he has a pair as well, and the Meta glasses are fire, but the even realities just stepped up the game with an on-screen display with the right lens.
Yeah, you see, I'm use mine more as a visual aid than I do anything else.
Right.
Like I have another feature in here where where I have an app called Be My Eyes, and
Really?
and they will have a sighted volunteer like help guide me where to walk.
Ah.
I mean, it helped me in a pinch in the city a couple weeks back, and like if I can't find someone, if I'm like navigating somewhere, I could just turn it on and it will help me, Be My Eyes actually.
That's what's up, man. So, and I do realize that there are certain apps in there. So probably somebody should come up with an app within the Meta Glass universe, whatever, that would help people as you read comic books, and it would read them as they're turning the page. It would just tell them what's on the
Yeah,
page and what's at
it
least
works
what's in the
better.
bubbles.
It could be really. They're still finicky at certain departments. A friend of mine was telling me that there's an update that's a little bit more detailed when it comes to being a visual id. So I just had a chance to do that update yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've organized for the last convention I did. It helped me organize like 3 boxes of books, and it was pretty spot on.
Yeah. Al says talk about 300 for glass subscriptions. Add another 2 to 300. Yeah, it was weird, right? So when I went, they were talking about something like 15 to 1700 or something, because I get the progressives plus the transitions and all that stuff. So it's kind of expensive. But at the end of the day, with all that stuff to include the frames, it was cheaper to do the Meta Ray glasses versus just normal glasses.
That's interesting.
It was like what's going on here? So, but then I forgot that I had the FedFlex. I didn't get the normal glasses, just went ahead and get the Meta Rays. But we'll see. And then Comic Crusaders is lying. It says Adam is lying. He has an app called Be My Pimp. Just don't ask him about the results. Yeah, transition definitely adds a lot to it as well. I had no idea that the transitions and the progressives was so expensive, because my shirts has been covering all that shit. Daniel Berry, hello, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, yo.
Yeah. The AI glasses definitely being pushed hardcore, and I think it should be, man, because if it can help somebody like Adam with the stuff that he's got going on, and I pray to God that it will improve soon with all the crazy ass surgeries you're trying to get.
Like I said, I even I'm gonna be putting myself in the waiting list for the become one of Elon Musk's cyborgs and shit.
You're gonna get the chip put in your head and shit.
I'm thinking about it.
Shit, might as well, man. Might as fucking well. See, man.
Cool. The sick thing is, it looks like that's a paid research study too. So I can just imagine what the payout is.
Yeah. Just as long as the shit doesn't short out, it'll be all right.
Yeah. Because that's how I thought about the Meta glasses. Eventually, it was a paid medical study.
Yeah.
I just came across one of the support groups for the blind. I was like, hey, this medical research place is looking for blind people to help research Meta glasses.
Shit. As long as I don't have to pay for shit, I'll be all right. I'll do it. Al says Adam is going to get new bionic eyes, and he was going to be the new Steve Austin. I think Adam would prefer to have like a bionic, penis. Just a freaking.
Go, catch your penis.
But yeah, man. So yeah, we've been talking about NYCC stuff. Diamond. I don't know if you've heard the new stuff about Diamond. Is that
the bankruptcy that keeps on giving?
Yeah, but they at least settled with Image, which is kind of interesting, because the information that came out of that was that, hey, Alliance, which is one of the companies that did a takeover through the purchase, they grabbed a hold and control of one of the warehouses, and they have been selling a bunch of their freaking comics that they shouldn't have been selling. And then in the meantime, people were like, okay, you sold the shit, give us the money for it, right? They were like, oh, because they didn't understand that stuff was on consignment. They thought that Diamond had already paid for the shit, right? Which they hadn't, because they didn't have enough money. So they sold the stuff, and then when the publisher were like, okay, Lions, give us the money, and Lions was like, no, we don't have the authorization to pay for it. Well, then if you didn't, then why were you selling this stuff if you're not going to pay anybody for it? So the big thing that came out of the settlement of Diamond and Image is that Diamond is no longer responsible for the payout for Image comic books. That's going to allow the lawsuit for Image to sue Alliance on that whole freaking deal. In the meantime, any of the other Image books in any of their other warehouse, then they get to go ahead and send that back to Image without charging Image for that send back. So a lot of interesting things are still coming out about these bankruptcies and how business is being
this
done.
is like I said, been talking about this since January.
Comic Crusaders is that for that bionic penis. He says you would need an adapter, but none of them fit.
Damn right, because it's so huge. It's like a Apache Chief. Neck shock. Bing, bing, bing.
So in the meantime, back to comic book stuff. Have you been reading any other comics so far?
I've been reading a lot of Absolute. Absolute Batman is probably the best out of everything. Followed for me by Absolute Flash, then Superman, and then the rest of the Absolute books. Jeez. Just because I've fallen behind on Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and Manhunter.
A lot of aggression in the comics. Apparently, this was saying. I was saying, have you seen the Howard Stern video? Apparently, Japanese men are larger. I have not seen. That's the thing. People keep talking about the Howard Stern video. I have yet to see this Howard Stern video, which is crazy.
I mean,
so back to what you said. You've been reading a bunch of Absolute.
I've been reading the Absolute stuff. Reading Ultimate Spidey.
Okay.
Just finished reading all 4 issues of Pop Kill, which I thought were amazing. Reading Wolverines and Deadpools because I like the interaction between X-23 and Ellie. Miles Morales. I think if we can I read. I'm up to date with Hush 2, which I think sucks. Amazing Spider-Man is getting slightly better, but it still sucks. I read the last issue of All New Venom, and it was nice to see MJ dump Paul.
So you've been reading almost everything except for indie stuff.
Like I said, I read a lot, man.
Yeah. All right, so what we're talking about is we are at the Marvel or at the Penguin Station right now, talking about the stuff that's on FOC, coming on FOC this Monday. A lot of the stuff is coming out either in September 17th or some of the stuff is coming out in October, just in time for Halloween. I've seen a bunch of Mark Spear stuff so far. I've come across 2 Adam Hughes covers, Black Cat and I forget the other one. It was Amazing Spider-Man Torn had a Adam Hughes cover. Right now I'm looking at, we're still on the Black Cat stuff. There's an Alex Ross timeless version. Of course, one of them is going to be a 1/100. It's not even a character. It's the cat. Kazar's cat. Tiger or whatever. Yeah. Which is kind of interesting. They went with that. Greg Land has a great Black Cat freaking cover. She's not doing anything. She's just kind of chilling in her little black leather tight suit and everything.
Nice.
But it's still nice. Then there's a Mathena variant. I'm looking at Daredevil issue number 25. John Romita. Nothing special until you get to the EM gist of him just jumping off a freaking roof. But then I'm looking at, still on Daredevil, looking at the Bermejo variant. Looks freaking good. The only thing is, it's got his suit is kind of is absolutely freaking skin tight until you can see his freaking abs, and he's just standing in the rain. That's just him, man. Just being a little emo Daredevil. It looks pretty good though. And then there's a Daredevil retro Halloween mask, and that's it for Daredevil. Then Death of the Silver Surfer. I don't know if you've been reading that or not.
I still have to catch up on that. I mean, just wait for trade at this point.
Yeah. Nothing good until you get to the Phil Noto, which looks good. It looks like it's Daredevil. Oh, excuse me. Silver Surfer riding his surfboard or whatever you want to call it, but he's trying to escape a black hole. And the reason why I really like this is because, this black hole actually looks like the scientific black holes that they've been describing lately. So kudos to Phil Noto for digging that out and putting that together. It looks really good. Moving on to Emma Frost, the White Queen. You know what an Emma Frost cover is going to look like, Adam.
Hells yeah!
No, it's
titties for the win. Titties,
yeah.
Titties. Yeah.
Well, in
titties,
this case,
titties.
So hold on. In this case, it's not necessarily a lot of front meat, but there's a lot of bottom half stuff.
All right, good.
Going on.
Vagina for the win.
She's on the on a poker table, in her normal type outfit, trying to get attention. But this one is done by David Nakayama. So that's gonna be interesting. Alex Frost, Timeless Virgins, got Polaris on the freaking cover. Of course, here's your black and white. And then there's a Annie Wu variant for Emma Frost. Annie Wu was getting hot for a little while, then she just stopped putting her stuff out. But if she on here, Emma Frost kind of looks like who's Elvis? Yeah, she's got the Elvis outfit on. It's just kind of weird.
Interesting.
Endeavor issue number 1. I forget who. Oh, by Distillery. Let's see if we can pull up the solicit on this one. While I'm waiting for the solicit. Oh, here we go. It says new Distillery series debut from Stephanie Phillips, who I've been actually seeing a lot on TikTok. King writer Phoenix Grim and Star Wars Red Sonja. From 1768 to 1771, the HMS Endeavour, commanded by famous Lieutenant James Cook, sailed on a voyage of discovery around Tahiti, New Zealand, and Australia, but it didn't end well. Now, a modern-day tourism company is offering a luxury trip aboard a near-accurate recreation of the ship. For a hefty fee, elite passengers can experience history with all the modern comforts. The vacation of a lifetime, until the unthinkable happens, and 7 children are stuck aboard the ship, alone and adrift at sea. Rough seas and rations are the release of the worries as they quickly realize the real enemy is each other. So, for fans of Lord of the Flies and Yellow Jackets, that's exactly what I was thinking of. So, this one is going to be a buy for me. It's going to be a good buy, definitely a good buy, good read. The covers are okay. You got cover A by Mark Lamming, B by Matteo Scalera, and then cover C by Mateus Bergara, which is a 1 in 10. And then there's also the 1 in 25, which is by Stephanie Phillips. Oh, excuse me. No, the 1 in 25 is by Mark Lamming.
Interesting.
So, yeah. There's some facsimiles by Fantastic Four, or for Fantastic Four issue number 10. And then your 1 in 25 is by Mark Buckingham.
Why did that need a fucking 1 in 25?
I don't know.
And why? Wait, I can understand the 5 being reprinted. I can understand the 48 and the 49 and being reprinted. Why the 10?
I don't know.
Cash grabbing motherfuckers.
I think I'm looking at it. It looks like Reed is like an evil looking motherfucker. So I'm not sure. They're trying to tell us something. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they don't put these facsimiles out for the sake of reprinting a Cool FF book. There's something they want to give the push to.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I've never read Fantastic Four number 10.
Yeah, it's a fun
story.
It's the first time that Doom switches bodies with somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Him and Reed switch issues and it's also the first time that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby are written into the book.
Huh. So one of my favorite Fantastic Four stories in in volume 1. I forget which one it is. It's whatever the one which is the first one where they showed like the multiverse, right? Um, in it, there's this random guy who's a smart guy, knows his shit. He tries to talk to the Fantastic Four, they ignore him. So they tell him to fuck off. He goes fucks off, but he somehow grabs thing and swaps bodies with the thing. In fact, I think what he told the thing was, "Hey, I could cure you. You just gotta swap bodies with me. Then you can use my body for whatever." Right. So the thing does it. The guy then takes the thing's body back to Fantastic Four headquarters. Right. And then they go on a mission with this fucking guy. At the last minute, the guy reveals, "Hey, I'm a fucking bad guy. I'm the fucking villain, whatever." And then he ends up fighting Johnny and Reed. They leave him, and once again, they are fighting in the multiverse, right? It's like nothing's mapped. They don't know what the fuck is out there. They just see a whole bunch of different freaking universes. So they're fighting everything, and Reed says, "Fuck it," and they leave the guy out there. The guy's just out there. He's had for like the last 60, 70 years. He's been out there. Just fucking off in the fucking multiverse. Right? Never to return. But somehow they returned. I don't know how they got the thing's body back. But they eventually get the thing's body back. But the guy is just still out there. For some fucking reason. And that's one of my favorite freaking stories. And it's either before this story or after this story.
I think it's after.
Yeah. Fantastic Four issue number 2, second print. They got a Scotty Young, and I believe that's from 125. Yep, Scotty Young. Then Godzilla, they're still in this Godzilla stuff. Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe, issue number 3.
Godzilla's destroying everything lately, man.
Yeah. I have no interest in reading the story, however.
Yeah, I wish they would just make a good Godzilla book and stop doing all these gimmicky crossover things, which just feels like they've over milked the cow at this point.
Yeah. So they've got
like the FF one they did a while back, but the rest of this has kind of been okay.
So let me pull out this list and make sure I'm understanding what the fuck is going on here, because what I'm looking at right now is it's the Dave Watcher variant.
Mm-hmm.
And it says it's a Marvelized Iron Man Zilla variant.
Is that the Iron Zilla?
Yes. So it looks like a Hulk Buster, but instead of looking like a Hulk, it looks like a fucking Godzilla.
Yeah.
So,
which if they don't find a way to make a hot toy out of this, or Marvel Legends, and I think they're missing the fucking boat.
I think so too. I agree. And then Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. There's a issue number 3. Has got a Jing Hung Lee. There's a regular trade dress, and then there's also an incentive variant on that one. And it doesn't look bad because it's got Godzilla nose to nose with Wolverine on it, and you can see that Wolverine is. Well, Godzilla's head is 3 times as big as Wolverine. And he's just trying to go nose to nose with this guy. So, there's a Jeremy Wilson. There's a John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. And it looks weird. Definitely looks weird. Oh, but it looks weird because it's not Godzilla on the cover. It's Hedorah. Hedorah's on it.
Oh, all right.
I was wondering what the fuck is going on, because it fucked me up because I have issue number 1 that looks like the John Tyler Christopher variant, and it looks like they were going for the same thing, but no, it's Hedorah. Okay, Kelly Thompson, or is it no Scotty Young on the Jet Landshark issue number 4. Here's the weird thing about Jet the Landshark right now. It's Jet the Landshark is in Marvel Rivals.
Yep.
Right? And people now hate, even though he's people will agree he's the cutest character. People absolutely hate Jeff the Land Shark right now.
When did this start?
Because he's possibly the fucking most powerful freaking character in there. They've had to nerf him several times, and they keep decreasing his health. They keep decreasing his ability to shoot out stuff, but they keep doing all types of weird shit. So, because this his most powerful thing that he can do is like, say you're losing, right? But then he has like, because there's this thing called ults, right? Which you work up to your ults, you do damage, and you work up to your ults, and then your ultimate power turns on. And with that ultimate power, he can swallow everybody, not just the villains, not just your opponents, but his own people as well. He can swallow everybody on the freaking board. And as you're in his mouth, everybody is like losing damage, and then he can eventually just shoot everybody like into like air. That's like shoot them out. So people hate him for that, which is kind of crazy. So it's a Sikik says, "Hey, I love Jeff, but then again, I don't play the game." Yeah, it can be frustrating. Jeff was, when I first started, was like my favorite character. But now they've nerfed the shit out of him, because he can, another thing that he can do is he can just like swim under the ground, so like nobody can hurt him. Like he's fighting, and then all of a sudden everybody turns around to go fuck with him. He can go under the ground, and that kind of pisses people off. Right? So they've had to nerf him a lot of times. Jeff the Land Shark. There's a Mitsuhiro Arita variant. Again, here's. I did not want that to happen. But yeah, there was a Jeff the Shark with the hero variant. And then there's a NetEase variant for Jeff the Shark, which has got, is it Luna Snow? I believe that's on the cover. Yeah.
Someone?
Random all title A to Z.
Another character that needs much cosplay love.
Oh, yeah. People kind of went crazy because they gave her the skin, and where she's kind of, because it's summertime, right? So they gave her a skin, and she's kind of like in her bikini, right? So basically, it's just her fighting in a bikini the whole time. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, NetEase games of Luna Snow, and it is interesting because Jeff the Land Shark. There also in the Marvel Rivals games, there's team ups, right? So when they're on the screen at the same time, they get these other powers. And when he's teamed up with Luna Snow, instead of shooting water from his mouth, he shoots ice, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
Then there's the Tokokoro variant, which is Jeff singing for some fucking reason. Kill All Immortals Volume 2, Issue number 1. It's coming out. Dropped off after number 1. I need to get back into it because they definitely want people to pay attention, because they got a cover C with John Jang on the cover. Which is one of these gods just sitting on her throne looking crazy, and she's got like 2 axes in her hand. And then there's a Tula Lote. Same god, but just kind of looking sexy, but with a little blood on the axe. So you can leave that to your imagination. Coming from Boom, they've got this one new comic called Marion the Heretic, issue number 1.
Yeah.
It's on sale October 8th. This list says that Sister Marion is a witch hunter, a mother superior, and a heretic, guided by a goddess the church refuses to acknowledge. Interesting. Okay. When the Holy Father Church brands her or as blasphemers, Marion strikes the dark bargain to become their personal enforcer. As she delivers murderous judgment night after night in the city of Vespers, she can feel her soul fracture. But what can she do with the lives of her sisters at stake? Written by Tiny Howard from Catwoman and Excalibur, and art by Joe Jarl.
This is one of my picks of the week for Indie Bucks for FOC. I mean, the concept just sounds like a blast.
Yeah, definitely going to get a couple copies. There is a cover B by Burnett. Cover C, That's What You Want by Jay Frizen. Definitely want that one. The 1 of 10 by Jaro, don't care about that. But the 1 of 20 is a black and white by Jenny Frizen. And then the 1 of 25 looks really good by Suspira Vilches. And then there is an unlimited variant as well by Burnett. But that 1 of 25 looks really good. Then
So
there's
the
a black.
Spirit is a 1 in 25.
Yes. So here's the deal, though. I would get that, but as a retailer, what I would also do is, because Jenny Frison has been showing up at some of these Comic Cons, get you a few of these black sketch joints. It's a sketch variant, not a sketch variant. It's a blank variant, right? And go ahead and freaking go up to freaking Jenny Frison and see if she can freaking draw you some.
Yeah. But I have been seeing her on the convention circuit a lot more this last year.
Oh, okay. So there's actually more that I just didn't see. So there is a white blank variant, but even though I like the black one better, but you could probably get a couple of those. And there's a 1 of 50 by Cardi.
Oh, wow.
And it doesn't look bad at all. It's got a mother, Sister Marion, and she's just doing some weird magic, and there's a bunch of zombies below her. And then there's also a FOC reveal variant, full art spot, foil design. It's nothing but it's just a logo, so it's not too much. Masters of the Universe, some He-Man action going on from Dark Horse. Cover A by Adrian Mello. There's a cover B by Scouter Partridge, and a cover C by Nate Birch. Who is this character? Adapting to her new role as Man-at-Arms, Andra finds herself struggling with training new cadets. So this is her first like book for Andra, who is like the new Man-at-Arms. I'm not sure what her first appearance is though.
I think her first appearance would have been the Revelations miniseries. So I'm just assuming that this is taking place in the He-Man Revelations universe.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Minor Threats, The Last Devil Left Alive. Nobody really cares about that. But I will tell you this, though. There's a cover for Minor Threats, Last Devil Left Alive, issue number 1. David Aja looks really good. It's basically, think of a teddy bear, right? But inside of the teddy bear is like this robot. And now the teddy bear is just revealing that his little robot arms, well, like these little Inspector Gadget arms and legs and shit. So that's what it's got going on this freaking cover right here. It looks really good. Monster High House Hunters. Let me tell you something. I don't know what the numbers are on the comic books, but the freaking toys have been going absolutely fucking crazy, man. I've sold at least 15 units within the last year for Monsters High.
Really?
I think
it's still that big of a property?
Yeah, so I guess it's a cartoon, I guess. I probably need to freaking watch the cartoon or at least read the comic book to pay attention to see what the fuck is going on. But yeah, definitely if you can pay attention to this, because I could see it revving up for a movie in the near future. Predator Kills the Marvel Universe, issue number 1. This is a second print. We got him fighting Spider-Man on there, and there's an Eddie Huck Lee variant. And then there's also one by Michelle Bandini. Then there's Predator Black, White, Blood, issue number 3. Looks really good. There's an Alan Qua variant, as well as a Pete Woods variant. You can guess, just Predator looking badass. Just covered by Black, White, and Red. Resident Alien, The Book of Changes, issue number 2. Kind of disappointed that we haven't been more on these Resident Aliens, even though it's still an ongoing TV series. Roots of
one at that.
Yeah. Roots of Madness, issue number 1. It's a new one, cover A by Julie Nika. Give me a quick second. Let me look at the solicit for this one, because I don't even see. Okay, it's by Ignition Press. Cover price is $4.99. Boo. too much. You just started out. Don't be charging me $5 for some bullshit. At the turn of the 20th century, a young black woman named Etta picks up the tradition of her late mother for creating special medicines using natural ingredients, secrets handed down from generation to generation. Her mother passed on a book of recipes and formulas, but it's also full of strange symbols and dark music that she doesn't quite understand. Within her community, one of the problems she hopes to fix is counteracting blood. Oh my god, this list is so fucking long.
Listen, man.
Let's see. Inspired by the life of Madame C.J. Walker, the alternate history combines tradition with cosmic horror, something truly modern and unique. Featuring main covers by illustrator Juliet Necca, whose illustrated work has been appeared on prose novels like Absolute Green Lantern and Wonder Woman are in galleries. So it looks like she's drawn some stuff for Absolute Green Lantern and blah blah blah. So but it says inspired by Madam C.J. Walker, not Madam C.J. Walker. So it's supposed to be witch, I guess.
Maybe.
I don't know. Oh Jesus. Joe Burrow's Chase pass on that bullshit. Spider Girl issue number 4, cover A is drawn by David Nakayama. It's also a great Aqua variant. No, it's just quite a few covers of Spider Girl. Fucking up some villains. But then they've got a Alex Ross Timeless Virgins variant with Dazzler on there, and there is a 1/100 of black and white. It looks okay. It's all right, but the color one is absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. He really did whoever did the coloring on that one was really freaking great. Not Dazzler. Shit. It's not Dazzler. Shit. It's
Is that Dagger?
Dagger. Yeah,
Man?
Dagger. Yeah, Dagger. Yeah. Then there is a Javier Garron with Spider Girl and Storm, and it's interesting because on the cover, it's got Spider Girl making a little cloud with a little lightning on there. Let's see what this list says. It says, Tombstone's acquired a new weapon to maintain control over his criminal empire, and he wants Spider-Girl to pilot it. Spider-Girl must decide what kind of superhuman she wants to be, and if she can let another hero fall to save herself. Fuck. I guess I'll be getting this one. I mean, the only cover I really care about is the one of, and it's not even an incentive. It's just her on there. It's a regular cover, and it's just her freaking making a storm cloud. It's crazy. All right. Next title is Spider-Man and Wolverine issue number 5. Cover A is by Gerardo Sandoval. It's going for $3.99. It's going to be on sale September 24th. Not sure who this is on the cover. I guess the guy's name is called Dread Shadow.
Okay.
Wolverine and Spider-Man have been put to the ringer and are at the mercy of Dread Shadow and the Shadow Coven. The mystery deepens as the threat increases, but what is this mysterious force's endgame? Featuring the first cover appearance of this all-new villain. So that means that his first appearance is going to be in Spider-Man and Wolverine issue number 4, which most likely comes out this week or next week. And then there's also an Ario and Andino variant. There's a Corey Smith variant. Next book is Star Trek Red Shirts issue number 3, cover A. This is a series that I have been waiting to come out, and I just realized it was already come out. So I have not read one single fucking issue. So Boom and Paramount, man. Boom. No, that's IDW.
That's because it's red shirts, man.
Yeah, but those are the ones that actually freaking die, right?
Exactly, man.
That's just be the best one. They should be. Hey, everybody knows red shirts are gonna die. I just want to see how these people are freaking dying. Which is crazy. Star Wars, Dr. Aphra, Chaos Agent. You got the Kristan freaking Wookie on there, as well as regular Wolfie and Dr. Aphra, drawn by Chikuri, Eddie Wu. Kind of the same thing except for Black Kristen. And there's a Chris Sprouse the Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary variant. There's one by Dave Lopez. Is this IDW? Yep, IDW also has Starship Godzilla, Kaisai #1. I've read some of the other Starship Godzilla joints. It is terrible, but I think people might be interested in the Variant C movie homage variant, which is a Star Wars homage. Then there's a 125 by Eagleton. Storm, issue number 12, which has been interesting because this has been like her journey into becoming like not just becoming a god, but becoming a cosmic entity. Cover A is by Matthias Manahini. Cover B, Doyle variant. There's a foreshadow logo variant. And on the foreshadow logo variant, it just says Rogue Storm. So I don't know whether Rogues become Storm or they become two as one or what. There is a Halloween Mask variant, a Greg Land variant. Nothing going on there except for excuse me. The Thing. We're talking about The Thing, issue number 5. There's a Greg Land variant. Not too much going on there. There's Nick Bradshaw. Thor is on FOC, and it's just him holding the hammer, but there's blood on the hammer. That one's done by Alex Ross. Then there is a couple of Fan Yang variants. It looks like one is 1 of 50 probably, and it's just Loki just getting drunk. Then there's a NetV's Games Marvel variant of Thor and a bikini, basically. Then there is a Torrin Clark variant and a Todd Knock iconic variant. Ultimate Spider issue number 21. I know you said you've been reading Ultimate Spider-Man Ultimate Spider-Man so far. I do like the Alexandra Lozano variant. It looks like Mary Jane. She's on her stoop playing with the cat for some freaking reason, but it looks really detailed. It looks really good. Then there's a Francesco Martino variant, but it doesn't quite look like one of his. Uncle Scrooge's Earth's Mightiest Duck issue number 1. Second print done by Gabriel Deodato. Valiant Beyond Tales of the Shadowman. Can't believe Valiant is still trying to do some stuff out here.
I can't believe they're back.
Yeah. Who decided to flush their money down the toilet on that one?
Yeah. Just send them money to burn. You need a tax write-off.
Exactly. That's the only thing I can think of. Venom. Black, White, and Blood. As you can, don't even try and guess. It's just Venom on the cover. Different covers. They're all in black, white, and red. However, there is one. It's a no. That's the other book. The Vision and excuse me. The Vision and Scarlet Witch issue number 5 has got a NetEase Games Marvel Missing Mayhem variant. And yeah, it's just got Scarlet Witch looking badass. She's been a really good character to play inside the game so far. She's another one that, if you get too close for her and she gets her ult pop, she can kill everybody. Let's see. All right, 24 more books to go for FOC. Vision, Scarlet Witch, Halloween variant. And that's it, because there's a Jacobo Campagnini. Nothing too big about that one. For Boom, VR Troopers issue number 3. There's a Tori Clark, Montez, and that's about it. The Nuclear reveal, nothing big. X-Men 139 has got a facsimile, I believe at 125 for Mark Buckingham. X-Men number 22 and Jen McKay, as well as an Alex Ross, Timeless Virgin. And then there's also a Joshua Schwebe Psylocke variant. It looks like there's going to be probably, it's either a 1 of 50 or a 1 of 100 for that Psylocke variant. As well as a Yeah, probably for no fucking reason whatsoever. And there's a Net Ease game with Marvel Mystic Mayhem variant, and then there's a also one where she's just basically in her bikini on the beach for sale.
Awesome sauce.
And then lastly, there is going to be an X-Men issue number 22, Phil Noto, Disney Stitch variant. So if those that don't know, there's a character called Stitch from Lilo and Stitch,
Yep.
and he is on the freaking cover.
See, man, they're doing lots of cool like that.
Yeah.
So I noticed last week there was a one of the Venoms had a Fozzie the Bear on it.
Yeah, I remember that. And what's interesting is on this one, he's got 4 arms.
Interesting.
The cartoon, I remember him having 2, and this one he's got 4 arms. What's going on with Ghetto Head Productions? Hey, what's going on? Kickix66 says that he likes the red shirts cover. Yeah, man.
But it's the red shirts, man. If you're in Star Trek and they tell you to put on a red shirt, you fucking run.
Well, see, the problem is that that's how you start out. You start out as like a first or second lieutenant, and you got to start out as a red shirt. Once you get up to captain, then you get to put on something else.
All right, so you go for the first part of your career, 50-50 chance of winding up dead is what you're saying.
Yes. All right. Quickly, we're going to go through some of the stuff that's coming out this week. On 8/27, this coming Wednesday. There's some Hellboy stuff coming out. Masterminds #1 by Dark Horse looks pretty good. To include I forget who's doing that. We're going to cover Nemesis Forever #1, still doing its freaking thing. Still coming out. Star Wars Hyperspace Stories. Looks like it's got some later prints. Absolute Martian Manhunter freaking coming out. That Absolute Wonder Woman issue #11 looks freaking good. It's just her just looking freaking bloody and freaking ready to kill somebody. Absolute Wonder Woman looks good. The Green Arrow #27 is one of the worst covers of the year because it's too confusing. I didn't know what the heck is going on. Green Lantern.
Sucks because unfortunately with Green Arrow, the story is actually pretty decent right now too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some catching up this week because Friday. It's the following Monday. Not this Monday, but the following Monday is going to be a Labor Day, I believe, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Green Lantern, Dark #6, cover B, Fabrizio Damaso. It's weird because it looks like a girl that's been going through a fentanyl addiction decided to cosplay. But I do like the Alex Ekman lawn card because it's got the butterfly. It looks like the Butterfly Man. Or, yeah, the Mothman. It looks like the Mothman, which looks really good. Cover B by David Parator has got the manga influence with Green Lantern pulling out the big freaking sword. Harley Quinn, of course, he's got some really good joints. There's some David Akiyama joints coming out. Mortal Legend Batman has got a robotic type Batman, but it doesn't look like a robot. It just looks like the helmet is maybe robotic or something like that. And then there's the Chinese variant, cover E, Matt Taylor cardstock, which has got the Chinese writing on top of it. And then Justice League Unlimited issue #10 has got a cover B by Nathan Zerdy, which has got Wonder Woman and Supergirl on the cover back to back. Then one of my friends from back in the day, Rachel Lynn, cover C, definitely looking good, definitely manga influence. And then cover F is for Justice League Unlimited by Matthew Clark. It's going to be interesting because the list looks like it has maybe one new character on there, at least on the cover. Mr. Terrific Year 1 is coming out as well. Great cover by Greg Smallwood. Mr. Terrific on the cover. That Peacemaker Presents has always got some good covers. They're not absolutely fantastic covers, but they're good enough covers if you want to freaking read it. Superman Volume 7, number 29. I was kind of confused by the Tula Lote variant because she usually doesn't have her woman so dressed up, right? But she's got what's it? Shit, Superman's wife. What's her fucking
Lois Lane, right?
Lois Lane on the cover, but she's covered up. And I guess I get it. You're trying to say, hey, she's a freaking journalist, but no, she's writing on pads and post-it notes and shit. It was fucking weird. Then Superman number 29 has been an absolutely freaking great fucking read. I've been loving it. They've been just killing off some of those old freaking Justice League characters, or they're not just Justice League characters. I forget which characters they're called. It's from like the Future Force type characters. Lost Legion of Superheroes, right?
Yep.
There's a Lost Legion of Superheroes, and they've got these other evil Legion of Superheroes, and they've been killing off some of the good ones going out through all the universe. Let's see, Batman Year 100 TPs, bunch of trade paperbacks, Dynamite with a bunch of DuckTales, issue number 6.
There'll be like 500 variants.
Herculoids, issue number 7.
Herculoids!
Red Sonja with some really freaking good covers. Just too many incentives on that one. To include, I think people might enjoy the Sonja Reborn issue number 1. It is done by Josh Middleton. Yep, Josh Middleton, issue number 1. And yeah, unfortunately, there are some incentives with that one as well. Lilo and Stitch, and I'm looking at Lilo Stitch. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe he does have 4 arms. No, I'm looking at it straight. He's got 2.
I think he has 2 arms. Huh?
Yep, he's got 2 arms. So on the X-Men joint, he's got 4 arms for some fucking reason. Again, I've never actually watched Lilo and Stitch. I've only seen. I do really like. I think this is definitely freaking beautiful. The Jennifer Meyer foil cover. There's one with a tree dress and one without. They're just so beautiful. Once again, it's just Stitch, and he's just out in the freaking woods, but it's just like a beautiful under the moonlight type freaking deal. Beneath the trees where nobody sees. I think the trade paperbacks are these trade paperbacks. No, Beneath the Tree Where Nobody Sees. Rites Springs issue number 2. Bunch of movie homages. Like I think one of them was like a John Goodman freaking homage.
Interesting.
I can't remember the name of the movie though. Or it's a Woody Harrelson. Might be a Woody Harrelson. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds: The Seeds of Salvation, issue number 1. I think this one is going to be a good storyline. You don't necessarily need. Well, if you want the first appearances, technically you can go ahead and grab this one, but you don't grab it thinking you're going to get a good read out of this one because I've already read it. The what you call the Ash Can. It wasn't anything fantastic.
One day we'll get good Star Trek again.
Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think this is Kale and Goo. No, yeah, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder issue number 1. Kale and Goo cover looks really good. But I do like this Under the Red Sun, joined by DK Rawan. And there's also one by Stepan Sejic of him just sharpening his claws. Dust to Dust, issue number 6. Exquisite Corpse issues number 4 coming out. Come see. Gehenna Naked Aggression has been it's not a fantastic freaking movie, or excuse me, comic book. It's not a fantastic one, but it is a comic book that is set perfectly for a movie. Like I could definitely see myself going to a movie and just sitting, just to turn my mind off and sitting, just eating popcorn, watching a movie based off of this one. Ghost Pepper issue number 1 has got the second prints coming out. Hornsby and Halo. Kaya, Lost Fantasy. News from the Fallout issue number 3 is one that I definitely have promised myself that I'm going to be reading. Scorch number 4 from the Spawn universe.
Yep.
Sweet 4. Kill, kill, kill. This ends tonight. Cover 1 looks like cover F. What is this one? A hand-drawn sketch variant. Woo! So Midtown is selling a J. Lee hand-drawn sketch variant for $540 for this ends tonight. For 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, they can go bite bite a big one with that one. Universal Monsters. This is a big gamble for Image because they don't have any Mark Spears covers on this one, right? And it's with the Invisible Man. Nobody's really scared of the Invisible Man. Though it looks like this one I did point out weeks ago when it was on FLC, the Christian Ward foil variant is sold out already. Void Rivals. On these Void Rival covers, they're putting a lot more Transformers on these freaking covers now.
That's Transformers sell, man.
Yeah.
Transformers for asses and seats, bro.
We're taking everyone down with this. Issue number 5 is out this week. You'll Do Bad Things. Issue number 6. Radiant Black. Is this a... Oh, that's a trade paperback. And the Avengers, I forgot Avengers was still coming with that was at an ongoing joint. But people will probably want to look out for the J. Scott Campbell joint. And this is for Avengers edition number 29. There's 1/100. There's a Bring on the Bad Guys or Mamu cover by Lee Bermejo. It actually looks really good on there. Here's a J. Scott Campbell with Doc Strange on there.
Okey-doke.
And then I think also people will like and this is for Bring on the Bad Guys, issue number 1, that Lee Bermejo with Mephisto on the freaking cover. Looks really freaking good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a banger.
Deadpool Wolverine issue number 8 is out. It's gonna be out. Then Death of the Silver Surfer. There is a J. Scott Campbell with Thanos on the cover.
Yep.
Death of the Silver Surfer issue number 3. Still staying on the same book. My favorite, however, even though I understand people will probably want that J. Scott Campbell, my money is going to be on Simone Bianchi. I mean, it's just some freaking beautiful cover. I don't know if people will still love Simone Bianchi, but I still love it. And then Doom 2099 number 1. Here's a Doom Rivals cover. Who did this cover of him on the crown? And there's a Claudia Castellini. Emma Frost, the White Queen, issue number 3. Same thing, man. No surprises here. They're actually kind of covering up for her top half nowadays. They're going more for the bottom half. There is a David Nakayama cover. And who did this one? It looks like Archer. Nope. Fan Yang. Fan Yang does a nice cover of her. Then Enmet Malavia. So there's some 150s and 100s of those. Fantastic Four, Fanfare, Fantastic Four First Steps, issue number 1. Imperial War, Black Panther. It had a great freaking start. I just haven't gotten back to reading any of that stuff. But I think the cover that people will probably want to chase is definitely going to be trying to finish it out with the J. Scott Campbell cover, which has She-Hulk on the freaking cover. But also... who did this cover? The Enmet Malavia of her on top of riding some freaking tigers is freaking amazing as well. And that I think I'm going to end there. No, there's some Incredible Hulk number 28. Cover A looks fantastically horrible. And then J. Scott Campbell, Hulk with J. Scott Campbell on the cover. Oh, excuse me, not J. Scott, but J. Scott Campbell with Hulk on the freaking cover. And then also the Jeffrey Brown trying to get some of that Scott Young goodness. Marvel Zombies issue number 1. I think you pulled out We're talking about Miles Morales. You've been reading some of that. Issue number 37. That piece from Mocha looks good. There's quite a pretty good looking freaking covers for this one for Miles Morales, for this new cover character. There's a Tara Clark design cover, and there's Gerardo Sandoval, which I believe is probably like a 1 of 25. Phoenix issue number 14. I think the Mark Brooks actually looks pretty good. And then also, oh, that's not Mark Brooks. That's Joel Jones. Predator, Black, White, Blood, and Black, White, and Blood. Issue number 2. Most likely, they've got some great freaking covers. My favorite cover is probably the Inhyuk Lee. But there is an incentive by a scan. Still not sold out. Runaways, issue number 3. Spider-Verse, Venomverse number 4. Thor number 1, cover B. This is going to be the start of the Mortal Thor storyline. And there is a J. Scott Campbell variant. Yep. Also, remember that this was written by Al Ewing, so you never know what might happen in that joint. And one thing that I did want to tell people, this is, if you remember nothing else from the show, Thor number 1, cover G, the Patrick Gleason foil. Okay, I actually got an email from PRH the other day letting us know that it's going to be limited. Right, for the first week, it's going to be limited, but then 2 weeks later, everybody else is going to get the rest of their orders. Right. So if you only order like 10, you might only get like 3. If you ordered 100, you're only getting maybe like 65 out of your 100 that you ordered. So if you don't see a bunch of this on your shelves, don't freak out. They will be coming later. But I just want you guys to know that, hey, for the first week, this is going to be limited. And then Ultimate Spider issue number 20. West Coast Avengers number, what is that? Something. Yeah, I'm going to end on this Marvel stuff, and then X-Men from the Ashes, Tooth and Claw issue number 1. That Rod Reese with Beast on the cover. It looks absolutely freaking fantastic. Don't know about the read though. X-Men volume number 1, 138 facsimile is coming out. And then there's an X-Men number 21 cover B that's going to be done by J. Scott Campbell. And that's with Storm on the freaking cover. It looks really good. And then the Joshua Cassandra with Magic and Scott and a bunch of other characters on the freaking cover. It looks good. It looks like it's already freaking sold out already at Midtown.
Wouldn't be surprised.
And that's it. That's all I'm going to cover. Yeah, that's all I'm going to cover because the rest of the stuff is indie stuff, and we've been already going on too long already. I'm going to let everybody else enjoy the rest of their freaking Sunday. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or any reservations about anything, just absolutely freaking hit me up on my Instagram at Chitlins Greens and Cornbread, or you can also hit up Blind Adam at the Comic Pimp. As always, or you go to his OnlyFans.
Just go to Instagram at the Real Blind Adam.
Yes, sir. Anything else you want to freaking talk about before we go?
No, I am good, man. I got to clean the kitchen and feed a cat. So. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think we're good. All right, everybody. Cool. Thanks for stopping by and having some time with us. We're out.
Guys know it is Drunken Chat, son.